In this video, I'll show you a variety of ways to capture patients that may currently be attached to your provider as an active patient, but shouldn't be included in the general panel. So first, we'll look at a way of searching for patients whose surname is Test. So that's a typical way to identify a test patient. So you see that right now we have our active patients that are attached to Dr. McCaffrey. I'll just click Add Line. Under Demographics, I'll scroll down to Surname is, and just type in Test. Okay, and then if I perform this search, we'll capture all of our test patients. You can, if you create patients in order to reserve times in your schedule, you may want to search for patients called reserved, etc. All right, so next I'll just click on this and delete the line to show you another search. So next I'm going to search by billing code to show patients that have been billed for long-term care. So those patients we no longer want to be attached to this physician depending on how the physician runs their practice. So instead of demographics, I'm going to scroll down to bills and click service code. So service code would be equivalent to billing code or a fee code. And it's right at the bottom here that there's a text box to enter in. So I'm going to do 0303E. And I want number of times done is greater than 0. Okay. And that way I'll capture all of the patients that would have been billed for this particular circumstance, and we'll be able to capture those patients. Okay, so I'll delete that. And finally, I'll add a line and show you how to capture patients who have been billed for a particular appointment code. So this can be helpful for grabbing patients that are part of a specialty practice, and if they're not distinguished from the general panel but have come in for only a particular specialty practice, for example, an IUD insertion, that sort of thing. So we're going to capture them. So we'll go to Appointments, say Containing, and again we type in at the bottom here, so we'll say IUD. Of course, you'd want to make sure that you're consistent with the way that you label your appointment types in order to do this, but if you are consistent, you can use this field. And we'll say again, number of times done is greater than 0. Okay, and then you perform the search. Now for all of these searches, you likely do want to go over the list to make sure that these patients aren't also regular patients that see Dr. McCaffrey or whichever doctor you'd be using, but it is a good way of being able to capture some of the patients that shouldn't necessarily be part of the panel list.